Today we're gonna take a look at the Swamplord by Helcom's Home Audio. Hi, my name is Ben and I do demos and guitar and bass gear reviews, mostly in the Doom and Stoner realm, and if that's something you're interested in as well, I suggest to hit the like and subscribe button so you won't miss out on any further videos. I want to be clear and fair straight from the beginning, so yes, Donovan of Helcom's Home Audio sent me this pedal over to make this video. However, I did not get paid to let you know any miracle bullshit, I did not get paid to lie about this pedal, and I also do not get paid to, just to praise this pedal in any sort of form. What you can expect is nothing but my own opinion and my own thoughts about the Swamplord. Now let's just take a dive right into it, shall we? So the Swamplord is, as you might already notice, a Matamp GT120 style preamp pedal, and Donovan wrapped his head around this circuit and came up with, I'd say, some innovative additions, because I haven't seen these knobs before on a Matamp GT120 style preamp pedal. But I suggest let's just go quickly through the controls to let me explain to you what exactly is going on. So right here in the top row you'll find Ritual. This is the output volume. There's Gain, which is the common GT120 gain section, ranging from gritty drive to, I'd say, saturated fuzzy sounds. Now Tormentor is an additional gain stage which can be dialed into your liking to take the already heavy sound of this pedal to the next level. And the mandatory depth control. So this middle row has a toggle switch on the left, and this has 3 positions, and it sets the overall characteristics of this pedal, I'd say. So Hunter is focusing on the low mids, which we would all expect and love from a Matamp GT120 style amp. Now Axe is focusing, or let's say it has a substantial focus on the high mids, so this can lead you even into chainsaw territory, I'll show you in a minute. And Hawk is actually best of both worlds, I'd say. It's not as harsh as Axe, but it also is not as dark as Hunter. Now this battle knob right here is dialing in the amount of mids that you can individually shape with these 2 little knobs down here called Focus and Shift. Now Focus is setting the width, and Shift lets you sweep the mids you dialed in to your liking. So yeah, this is something I haven't seen on a Matamp GT120 style preamp pedal before. And yeah, then we've got treble and bass as well. And yeah, I think this is like the most useful EQ section of a Matamp GT120 style preamp pedal I've ever seen before. And Donovan also made sure to share the exact frequencies that are being affected by each knob. So if you're into that, I highly suggest to check out the manual you can find online or with this pedal, of course. So let's just stop this deep dive right here and see and hear how this pedal would sound out of the mix. And since I own a Matamp GT120 style amp, which you've probably seen already up there, I think it's the perfect timing to compare the pedal with the real deal back to back. So before this video ends, I'd like to share my personal thoughts and opinions about the Swamplord by Helcom's Home Audio. So I remember when I plugged this pedal in for the first time as a preamp and hit the first chords, I immediately had the right Matamp vibes going on. And by saying this, I mean that I didn't expect the sound to be beautiful or shiny or, you know, sparkly in any way, like a Fender amp would sound like, or a Vox amp, or even a Marshall amp could sound like if you want them to. But I expected the sound to be full-bodied with a fat bottom and a certain amount of gain in the lows. This is, to me, this is a crucial part in the Matamp sound. And even having the gain rolled back almost all the way, because you kill the signal if you turn it completely counterclockwise. But even, you know, just putting a tad of gain into it gave me the right Matamp vibes I get when I play the real amp. However, I had concerns about the headroom, but this is something I always have concerns when I play a preamp pedal, because comparing a preamp pedal to a real amp isn't fair. Isn't just fair, you just can't do that, because an amp will always sound much more airy, much more powerful than a preamp pedal will ever sound. And that's just because, you know, there's a reason why you can't pack a bunch of components into this small enclosure, and there's a reason why tube amps are this big. You know, there are just differences you can't deny. But Donovan even took care of this problem, because he builds in an internal charge pump which takes your 9-volt signal and pushes it to 18 volt, and this allows you to take your boost pedal of choice and run it into this pedal without having as much sound loss that you would get with 9 volt only. So yeah, this pedal overall is a phenomenal take, if you ask me, on a Matamp GT120 style circuit. It has some unique twists to it. It is kind of different than most of the other preamp pedals I have, and therefore I'd say this is definitely something that I would consider as a keeper. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you want to do me a favor, I suggest to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't yet, because this would show me that my videos over here on YouTube as well as on Instagram do actually have any kind of relevance to it. So yeah, that would mean a lot to me. See you next time. Bye.